Hello, everyone. My name's Tory Bowman, and you are watching Core Tree TV. Today, we're talking all about work. Our guest today is Max Lieberman, founder of Liebs Co. Welcome to the show, Max.
Hey Tori, how you doing? Long time no see.
Long time no see. So, to start us off, can you tell us a bit about what you do for work and founding Liebs Co?
I educate organizations about disability through in-person or online seminars and um, speaking engagements so that they can create a more empathetic and inclusive workplace for all people. We've also done some trainings like online e-modules as well, but we've mainly been focusing on the seminars and presentations.
That's great. And what prompted you to start Liebs Co?
My experiences in the workplace with my own learning disability, I was never fully properly accommodated, and I had managers who knew I had disability and didn't really understand it. When I would request accommodations, they would not realize when I was saying to them I needed them that they needed to help. They'd just be like, "Okay, well, this works for us. It works for you because you look like an able body." So it was very difficult to get anything for myself, be it a broken down to-do list because I can write or because I can do things that a, a normal person who doesn't have an invisible disability can do, but just struggles with it more than a person who doesn't have a disability.
What's a, so So thinking about that, when you transitioned into your first role coming out of school, what supports did make the transition easier, and what might have made the transition easier if there weren't the supports in place that you needed?
Honestly, I never had the supports in place for me when I transitioned. I would apply and apply for jobs and I just keep being told we're not the candidate we're looking for. They wouldn't give me a reason why. They just say like best of luck in your search type of thing. I felt very underhanded. I know I struggle with writing, and writing a resume and writing cover letter are a pain in the butt for me. So anytime I did apply, it was a lot of extra effort on my half because taking my ideas and putting it in the paper and then also making it sound professional and clearly worded is very taxing for me. I, I I never thought I would be able to keep up in that sense of constantly applying because you have to always change your resume or cover letter for the position. So it's a constant struggle for me, and I never had those things in place. I had people who edited it, but when I would get into the interview and to properly prepare, I didn't even know you could ask for accommodations at that point too. Just in general, when you go into the interview, I didn't know you can. I thought you had to have the job already, and I thought you also, when you had the job at the time, that if you requested accommodation, it wasn't a legal requirement because we were never taught this in school. I don't know if it's taught nowadays, but that's how I grew up. I wasn't taught that there is a legal requirement for organizations to accommodate disability along as undue hardship. I never knew that. So if I had knew about this beforehand, I wouldn't have started Leaps and Co. I'd probably be working for someone, and I probably would be in a comfortable situation mentally, not physically, but just mentally, because I would be more open to disclosing. For example, if I knew that at the time, I started Leaps and Co because of these experiences. Because when I finally did disclose one time, I was told by my employer that he, he he's like, why didn't you disclose during the interview? And he wanted to fire me because I didn't tell him that I had a learning disability. And I said to him, well, it's my prerogative. I had people who were my managers who knew I had a learning disability but didn't understand how to properly accommodate me. And he responds back by saying, well, it's 2019, everyone has a learning disability. And right then and there, I knew I should not be working there, and B, I must not be the only person who lives with a disability who experiences this. And I felt very unwelcomed, and not only very unwelcome, but very unsupported after I disclosed. So it really motivated me to start Liebs Co. To educate organizations about disability so they can not only have a safe workplace, but keep talent that who are disabled in their organization, because it will help create change, and not only help create change, but help create better innovation too. And
Mm-hmm.
people forget of all this stuff.
Mm-hmm. So if that's an example of an accommodation and disclosure conversation that didn't work, what does work in your experience when you're having a conversation about accommodations?
From my experience, I tell them up front that I have a disability and that I need the questions in advance. That always works for me. When we were doing our own co-op student interviews, I gave all the students the questions in advance, for example, because I view it this way. If you're going to prepare for an interview, you're going to prepare for a presentation, you're going to prepare for any life homework type of thing. I know that's not a word, but like any
Mm-hmm.
realm that where you're presenting yourself, you want to put yourself in the best situation forward for yourself. That's what you do. You prepare. You get the right questions. You have the right notes. You have all that jazz. You only can learn so much about a person's company and what they want from you by looking at their website and writing down like, oh, this is interesting questions. How can we prepare? How can we prepare based off just that? And we did that for the co-op students. And afterwards, I asked them if they enjoyed it, and all of them said yes because they felt more prepared. They felt more like they could put their best, so to speak, best foot forward, best effort forward, and be able to succeed. Even if they didn't get the job, they know they had that interview where they gave it the best effort because they were prepared properly.
The benefits of building a diverse workforce are well known, but still the unemployment rate for Canadians with disabilities remains high. Knowing that, and with your experience in mind, what advice would you give an HR specialist who's trying to expand employee diversity in their workplace?
There's a few things I would do. Number one, I would have an inclusion, equity, diversity, and accessibility statement on your website, just showing your commitment. Number two is actually ingraining the processes and procedures into your workplace culture. So, for example, not just having that statement, but also listening to your employees, ask them questions, what can we do better? Like interviewing every single employee and seeing what you can work on as you're developing your organizational culture. Thirdly, would be any new hires or any new candidates you're interviewing, give them the questions in advance to prepare. And not only that, but ask every single candidate, not matter if they have a visible disability or invisible disability, if they need accommodations. It shows that you're creating a caring atmosphere. You're not. It's not like you're asking if they have a disability. You're asking if they need anything to support their work efforts.
Thanks, Max, for joining us today. And how can people learn more about Liebs Co?
They can visit our website at liebsandco.com and check us out on Instagram at liebsandco.
Awesome. Thanks for being here today. On the next episode of Coretree TV, we're going to talk about work with Christina Mao. Visit our website for more at coretree.com.